welcome to an exciting live stream. It's your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black the one and only, here with a check-in video. Let's get started. So today has been pretty good. I didn't have class today until about 4:20 p.m. I know that my grades have now actually had things happen to them, which is interesting. For example, in business statistics, I now have a B minus, so I need to get that up. Nerd Tanker said first, yo, Nerd Tanker, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. And thank you for smashing that like button. I truly appreciate it. I was just talking about my grades. So I took, well, I didn't take a quiz. It was more like a, excuse me, my apologies. I just did a homework assignment in business statistics earlier today. And I have a B minus in business statistics now. So I need to boost my grade up. Right now, that's really like one of the only grades I have for business statistics other than attendance. So I need to work harder. I feel like I'm going to do really well on the first test that we have in business statistics. So it should be fine. Nerd Tanker said, you can do it! Yo, thank you kindly, Nerd Tanker. I truly appreciate the support. I went to sports economics today. And in sports economics, things were pretty cool. He actually talked about how sports teams that have less talent make more money from sharing gate revenue than sports teams that have more talent. And I know that may sound a little complicated, but it's actually not that bad. I feel like I can explain it now. So the idea is that sports teams that have better talent, like more talented players, pay their players more because their players have a higher pay rate because they're more talented. So in order to support them, they have a higher cost. They're spending more money on better players. Nerd Tanker said that's confusing. Okay, I'm going to try to explain it a little bit better. So because they spend more money for better players, they have a higher cost. And then revenue sharing, the way that works is that if you play on another team's, like, oh, Scavenger said, I walked in on math. Scavenger said, greetings and salutations. And then he said, me no like math. Maybe it's not a good idea for me to explain it. Long story short is that, long story short, teams that have better players have to pay more money to players because their players are better. When you play on another person's like court or field and you share revenue, meaning money that you get from that game goes back to like the home team of whoever like you played with, then you share revenue but you don't share cost. So if they're a shittier team, like they're less talented than you, then that means that they spent less money on their players, but they get money from you having good players. Like your good players are going to attract more people to go see that game. And then they're going to get more money from that game than you did because your costs were higher than theirs. I know that's a lot to take in, but it wasn't, I felt like it was fine. My teacher did a good job at explaining it. But that was what we talked about today in sports econ. Nerd Tanker said he got a C in pre-AP statistics. In business statistics, I did well, but that's because our teacher legitimately is like, here's review. And for our review, I'm going to tell you the stuff you need to put down on your sheet. And then we'll have a formula sheet, and then we'll go into the test, and then we'll have the formula sheet laid out for us. And then we can just, like, do everything based off of the sheet. Like, she would give us a study guide that was very similar to the test. And I would base my formula sheet off of the stuff that was on the study guide. And the test would have all the same kind of formulas, so I'd already be prepared. So that was what I did for Business Statistics 1, and that's what I'm about to do for Business Statistics 2. Nerd Tanker said, my mind is officially blown. I mean, I hope I didn't mess up the explanation. Like, I hope you guys get it. Nerd Tanker says, also, I wasn't supposed to be in pre-AP statistics. I was supposed to be in, like, calculus. Oh, so they just put you in the wrong class. I could see how, like, you wouldn't be prepared, kind of thing. Scavenger says, simple answer, by the way, is that poor teams make more money because they don't have to pay the players as much. True. Nerd Tanker said, yep. I mean, there are, like, a few more factors in it, but that is a really simple, like, one-sentence answer. I fuck with that. That's great. I also had Modern Systems Design and Analysis class right after Sports Economics, and that was pretty cool. Essentially, congestion. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. This is Nerd Tanker said 11th grade student taking college level math because logic. It happens. Oh, true. You're just supposed to be in like normal calculus, and then they put you in college statistics. That would suck. Scavenger said just simplify it and more people understand. True. True. Oh yeah. I'm in Modern System Design and Analysis, which is the course that I'm taking right after Sports Econ. So I leave my Sports Econ class, and I go to Modern Systems Design and Analysis. And that class was fun. I met this dude who watches anime, but he watches a lot of anime I don't watch, and we had a solid conversation about anime, and I really dig it. Scavenger says major reason he doesn't like math is because they add too much BS, then expect me to do the extra BS as well. I get what you mean. The idea is that they could describe it in a simpler way, but they add a lot of extra, and it feels like you have to go through the extra in order to get to just the root of the solution. I've had math classes before where the teacher would go too hard into theory. Like, he would talk about the theory, and he wouldn't just, like, give you the formula. He would talk really hard about, like, how the math is supposed to work, and he doesn't just tell you, like, here's the equation. This is just how you do it. And it was kind of annoying. Nerd Tanker said he's always preferred science, even though it has math equations, over a math course. I don't know. I like science, for sure, but it's actually been a long time since I've been in a science course. Throughout my entire time in college, I'm a junior, I've had no science courses at all. It's like the only thing I've been dodging. The only reason why I've been dodging science in college is because science courses have labs, and I don't like how labs work. It's like having a shorter extra class put on your schedule that you have to do. And you don't meet at the same time as you do, or even the same place as you do for the class. So you have to remember that if you get to biology on Monday, that on Wednesday you have to meet in a totally different place at a totally different time to do, like, lab and recitation. Like, it's like taking multiple classes at once, but it's just one class. And you have to schedule the lab, too. Like, when you schedule for classes, you have to make sure that you don't accidentally not schedule the lab, because it's like you're missing half the class if you don't do the lab, and you just get screwed. Let's see, Nerd Tanker said the last science he took was chemistry, which was awesome, he said in all caps. Scavenger said his math teacher gets upset when he doesn't do it the way that they teach it, because he can simplify it and then do it in his head. As long as you're getting the right answer, Scavenger, and you, like, understand what you're doing, then I feel like what you're doing is fine. You shouldn't have to, like, conform yourself to a rigid method that you don't understand, as long as your method still works and is true. Like, it still is, like, a valid method. Nerd Tanker says, try having a teacher who makes it hard to learn. True, it does suck when it seems like your teachers aren't helping you, but instead, like, fighting against you. I would say Modern System Design and Analysis was kind of boring today. I don't have a cool story from it like I do from Sports Econ, other than I met a guy who watched anime and it was cool. I also got to talk with this one girl who's been in a good set of my classes, like my cybersecurity based classes, and she's smart and she's into, like, superhero stuff. But then I asked her out and she, like, gave me the quick no. But I respect that. I respect that a lot. I like that a lot more than this one girl, Janessa, who I've asked out before. She always says maybe, and I'm like, you could just say no. I don't, like, you could tell me, like, it's a get a clue thing. Like, just don't ask her out anymore. But I also feel like it's just an honesty thing. Like, if she honestly doesn't want to go out, she should just say no. Instead of, like, maybe. But scrolling back through, let's see. Nerd Tanker says in his high school they had 2 math teachers, one who explained things and one who didn't. Oh, that sucks. Scavenger said, that's what I say. The whole thing about how, like, as long as his method of doing math works, that he should just be fine and that he shouldn't be penalized for it. But then he says he always then is threatened that he'll get 1 day of detention, and he just kind of stops talking. So it sucks because it sounds like your teachers kind of bully you into doing a method that may not fit with like how you actually learn, and makes it more of a struggle than it has to be. Nerd Tanker says he was lucky and he got the math teacher who explained things at his high school. That's great. Vanessa Brooks, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Right now, what we're currently talking about is school in general. I did a whole sports economics thing where I talked about how teams that have worse players pay them less money, so they make more money when they share gate revenue, like ticket prices, with a team that has better players, because that team has to spend more money on players, so they have a higher total cost. It was a lot to explain. I realized I ran into a weird situation trying to explain sports economics, but I thought it was interesting. I thought it was a cool little thing that we talked about. I then went on to talk about modern systems analysis and design, which is another course that I have, but that one was kind of boring. I didn't have a topic that I pulled from that I really liked. The main thing that I got from that was that it's a project class. We're going to be working on a project, and he says we even have the potential to like sell the client. I mean, not sell the client, but sell the project that we make to a client, because we have to work with an actual business for our project, and if they agree that they'll buy it from us, that like we may even get extra points if they sign off on it, and I think that's really cool. Professor Trevenant said, "Hi, do you want to try a new card game that's free online? It's a hobby he traded Yu-Gi-Oh for. Interesting. What is the new card game, and is it available on mobile?" I prefer streaming games on mobile somewhat more than I do streaming browser games, though I do want to stream the new Dragon Ball Z browser game that's coming later on this year, I believe. That seems really cool. I'm glad that they made it a browser game, since we do so many browser games together anyways with Dueling Nexus and stuff like that. Nerd Tanker said that English was his most hated class, not because of the teachers. He said no, he understood English, but he said either 0 period or first period, and being at that time, I was never awake. Oh, like he had English so early in the day that he was just never like mentally ready to like sit down and like not fall asleep. I can understand that. I think some of my weirdest early day classes, like back in high school, I didn't once have high school. I once had a gym class in first period, and first period gym is really weird. The idea that like you're gonna get really active and sweaty, and then you're gonna do the rest of your day. And we had showers and everything, but you still have to like go to your class on time. So you may wash up and like use deodorant, but you're not gonna get like a full shower. Professor Trevenant said it's like Nexus, so it would just be for you to try it. It's called Cardfight Vanguard, and it's on your computer. Is it browser based? Because I like Vanguard. I actually have Cardfight Vanguard cards in real life. I just can rarely find people to play with. But if it's like Nexus, where it's automated and it's in your browser, that sounds great. Professor Trevenant said, yes, it is in your browser. What is it called? Where would I go? Professor Trevenant said, and we should play. Vanessa Brooks said, are you going to play Dissidia NT or Dragon Ball Z Fighter? So you're talking about like Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Okay, so real quick. With Final Fantasy Dissidia, they're making a phone game for Dissidia. And I may or may not play the phone game Dissidia. I'm not sure if I would be down to do the phone game Dissidia. For Dragon Ball Fighter Z, you actually can find footage on the channel right now of us playing the beta in Fighting Central. So we played the beta together. Q is getting Dragon Ball Fighter Z tomorrow, if not like midnight tonight or something. I'm not sure if he's going to GameStop early and getting it right when they get the shipment in or what. But tomorrow we should be playing Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Oh, Professor Trevenant, via Facebook Messenger, can you send me the link to it? And that way I'll have the link just straight up. But it's automated like Nexus, and you can play Cardfight Vanguard and build your own deck and stuff like that? Because if so, that's really cool. If it's in your browser, automated and free, Ah, that sounds delicious. Professor Trevenant said, and if we ever can meet up, we gotta have a card fight game video. If I can find where my cards are, that would be great. But you're probably gonna, like, smoke the shit out of me. Like, if we talk about Card Fight Vanguard, I have, like, 2 decks. I have 2 Card Fight Vanguard decks. I know where I can find one of them at my dad's house. I have no idea where the other one went. But one of them has a grade 4, and I think one of them doesn't. Like, one of them was before grade 4s being a thing, or something like that. Or it was after. Like, one of them has Legion, and one of them has a grade 4, or something weird like that. Vanessa Brooks said they're making a Tekken mobile game, too. I'm pre-registered. You already know. You already know. But I do want to do a video on that. Vanessa Brooks said, yes, I know. Nerd Tanker says, so Jet, there's another place where we can Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's a browser game. But is it automated, Nerd Tanker? I like the automation that Nexus has. The automation's pretty dope. Professor Trevenant said, I have a starter deck, and he says, I play newbies for fun. Okay, cool. I also only have starter decks. I have 2 starter decks. Nerd Tanker says, yes, it is. What? Also, Nerd Tanker, are we friends on Facebook? And this isn't me going like, oh, Facebook, I love Facebook. I'm not a big Facebook person. But it's cool for sending links. Because I know that you guys are limited when it comes to sending links via the live chat. Oh, wait, we have an Amino. I don't know why I'm not pushing the Amino. I'm on Amino a lot. Hit up the Amino. We have a Nika Benson Nation Amino. I think I've shared a link on Google Hangouts and Discord for our new Amino, and I think there's a video where I talk about the Amino that has the link in it, but you should definitely check it out. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure I haven't missed anything. I think I haven't. Vanessa Brooks said, do you play Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links? They made a tag team match. So I have played Duel Links in the past. I'm not a big fan. I only play 1 deck on Duel Links. So it gets somewhat boring after a while, because I only like to play Suijin. It's the only thing that I feel comfortable playing in Duel Links. And because of the way that you collect cards on Duel Links, I'm never motivated to, like, make a new deck, because I know it's a hunt. I know it'll be me constantly opening packs, trying to get to, like, the next big, like, full deck. And that's just too much investment for that, in my opinion. It doesn't resonate with me on that level. I hope that the new online Dragon Ball browser game that comes out is really good. I've only seen 1 trailer for it, but I'm hyped. Vanessa Brooks says that she's not a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, but she likes Zane. I'm actually a pretty big fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, but I haven't watched a lot of it. I just liked the concept of a dual school. I think they did a really good job with that. They bring the dual school concept back in Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, and I watched a little bit of Arc 5. I used to always call it Arc V, but I didn't get super into it, only because I realized Arc 5 covers all the different forms of, like, special summoning, but ritual summoning only gets, like, a little tidbit of attention, and ritual summoning for a time was my favorite special summoning method. I'm really waiting for a Yu-Gi-Oh! Show where the main character does mainly ritual summoning. I'd be really hyped for that. Mainly because there are only so many ways to make a really good ritual deck. So I would like to see a character that has a very rigid and strict deck, but they do little things to tweak it over time to make it better. I actually would really like to watch that. I know Kratos is really into Yu-Gi-Oh! Lore, and he's interested in doing more stuff like that. Well, he's interested in reading up on the lore, but he also is interested in them making a show with the lore. I just got a new match on Tinder. Hey! It gave me like a notification bubble or whatever. Nerd Tanker says he found it at Sweetie Swag, and it's Dual Evolution video. He said I probably spelt the channel name wrong. So a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Thing that's on browser, that's automated. That sounds cool. Vanessa Brooks says she likes Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds more. Mr. Hands loves Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. But Mr. Hands... Oh, wait, I can't say but Mr. Hands, because I'm pretty sure he's watched a lot of the other Yu-Gi-Oh! Shows as well. But I have never really watched 5Ds. I'm behind. Also, I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh, but Nerd Tanker, make sure you all hit up the Amino, because on the Amino, it's just easier for me to talk with everyone. I also can post polls on Amino for you guys to vote for, like the fan poll video stuff that we used to do. I can stream from Amino because it's an app. We can have public chats where we all talk similar to this, on and off stream. We can do private chats if you guys just want to talk directly to me. We can do things where we can all watch a YouTube video at the same time and talk about the YouTube video as we watch it. So Amino gives us a ton more content. We can roleplay Jank Heroes where we all roleplay together on Amino. There's a lot of value to us like doing Amino. Professor Trevenant said, yeah, I wish I went there. And crap, it scrolled down too fast. Professor Trevenant said, yeah, I wish I went there. I would be like, Jaden, hey, you did something wrong, let's duel, so I can show you dueling to getting what you want. And then Professor Trevenant said, that you want is wrong. Let's see, Nerd Tanker said, I summon Chimera Tech Overdragon. It can attack the amount of times of used materials. Nerd Tanker said, that card is so broken. Vanessa Brooks said, Aminos, what that? Is it for mobile? Okay. Amino ad. So AMINO is essentially an app that is for setting up like online communities. And I mean, there's an online community for everything. Well, except BDSM. One of my friends pointed that out. He was like, there isn't a BDSM Amino. If you type that in, nothing comes up. But there are some really fucked up aminos for them to not have BDSM. BDSM isn't even that fucked up compared to some of the aminos that exist. Anyways, we have an amino that is for the Nika Benson Nation. However, it's not public because it has to be like really active to become public. So because it's not super active because we don't have a bunch of people on it, then I have to share a link with you guys for you guys to join it. And the more people who get on it and the more active the amino becomes, eventually it'll just be public and you can just search it. Let's see. Vanessa Brooks said lol. Nerd Tanker said yes. Professor Trevenant said, no, it's not one trap. Your Stegi is dead. Nerd Tanker said Trevenant. Vanessa Brooks said, oh! I guess she realized what amino was. Scavenger says, I'm back. Welcome back, Scavenger. Good to have you. Nerd Tanker said, I was responding to the Zane thing. Scavenger said, hey, Brooks, and Vanessa Brooks replied with hi. Also, everyone, don't forget to smash that like button. Truly appreciate it. It really shows that you enjoy the content and that you like to see more videos like this. Whoop, Scavenger says, just smash the like button. Thank you, Scavenger. Truly appreciate it. Right now we have 4 viewers and 3 likes. Aw, snap. Nerd Tanker said he's going to download Amino now. Awesome. Like I said, it should be in the Hangout chat. So on Google Hangouts for the Dalmatian Squad, I think I posted the Amino link. And then I also posted the Amino link, I think, in the Discord. So if you guys want to hit up our Amino, there are definitely plenty of ways to do it. Scavenger said his new nickname is Trash Panda. I'm probably going to call you Scavenger, not going to lie, but Trash Panda is an interesting nickname. Why Trash Panda? Just out of curiosity. Vanessa Brooks said, sorry if I can't talk about Dragon Ball Z Super on English dub, but Goku Black's voice was so evil but deep. I still need to check it out. I checked Go-Go Anime for the English dub of Dragon Ball Super to see what all the fuss has been about the future Trunks arc and the new voices. But it was behind. Like, Go-Go Anime is still, like, in the filler arc that's right before the Goku Black arc when it comes to the English dub, which was cool because Goku was right about to fight Super Water Vegeta, which isn't spoiling anything because it's from a filler arc, though I kind of would have liked it if it was treated like a main arc. There are enough episodes, I think, for it to be like a main arc, but I thought that was a really cool bit of a filler. Wow. Nerd Tanker said, you mean special summon as much as I want Panda? Scavenger said, because I'm building a raccoon-based cosplay, so my friends now call me Trash Panda, because raccoons are like trash pandas. I see what you mean. But I'm trying to figure out what my next video should be. I want my next video to be a stream that I do right after this one, and I want it to be me talking about a topic. I know a lot of people have been talking about Dragon Ball Super ending, because it's going to end soon. Would you guys want me to do a stream where I talk about, sorry, still a little congested. Would you guys like me to do a stream where I talk about Dragon Ball Super ending? Would you like me to do a stream talking about hype for Dragon Ball FighterZ, which is coming up? Would you like me to do a stream where I talk about dating? Because I have a few dates lined up with like different girls, and I just matched with a different girl on Tinder. Because I'm still trying to figure out where I want to go in the relationship scene, and I'm like weighing out my options. When it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh, there are a couple cards that have come out recently that I wouldn't mind doing a video on. We now have Selective Reborn, which is like Monster Reborn, but your opponent picks what comes back to life, and you pick like 3 monsters or whatever. And that's weird. There is... What was the other card that came out? There's a new card that lets you draw 2, like Pot of Greed. But it says that you can't have other spells or traps in your graveyard. And that's really interesting. So those are like a couple Yu-Gi-Oh based videos I could do. So I have a lot on my mind that I could make. I just don't know which ones I want to make. And Nerd Tanker said, oh, so you're not Trash Panda like the monster from Yu-Gi-Oh. Scavenger said also he's going to use a mask for his YouTube channel. Oh, that's cool. Nerd Tanker said hashtag Yu-Gi-Oh. So I imagine he'd be interested in seeing me do a Yu-Gi-Oh based video. Scavenger said do some more Dragon Ball anything. He's like, just throw me a bone. Anything Dragon Ball. Cool, I can probably do a video about like Super and just talk about it. Nerd Tanker said Trash Panda. All caps. But yo, thank everyone for watching. I truly appreciate you guys tuning in, guys and gals, not assuming gender. Make sure you smash that like button. Definitely always enjoy seeing everyone on the stream. I truly appreciate it. Scavenger said Dragon Ball just be dope. Yo, it's cool. Scavenger says see ya, Nick. Don't worry, I'll be back soon with the next stream. Thank you all for watching once again. If you don't tune into the next stream, I hope you have a wonderful night. And if you do, I'll be glad to see you as we discuss the next topic. Thank you kindly once again, and have a great night. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only. But don't worry, I'll be back in just a moment. Peace.